Hello and welcome to the Laco YouTube channel, and with that, a warm welcome to a new talk. Today we are dedicating ourselves to an exciting, thrilling model, namely the Kiel Sport. A watch that combines precision and sportiness and impressively continues the legacy of pilot watches. But as always, more on that after the interview. Today Mascha is with me. Hello Mascha, it's great to have you here.
Hello, thank you for the invitation.
Would you like to introduce yourself and describe your role at Laco?
Yes, gladly. I am Mascha, and I have been working here as a watchmaker for 4 years now, while also pursuing further education to become a technical business administrator. Yes, it's quite a lot to do. But I also have a lot to do here. Besides sitting at the workbench in production, I am also involved in purchasing, production planning, and project development.
Today, it's all about the Kiel Sport. It was presented as a completely new individual model. But in the collection, it doesn't stand alone, does it?
No, well, it has 3 companions, the Kiel Point 2. This is basically the origin or the base that we have further developed, which, I would say, already has a very elegant character. And it was important for us to bring in the aviator charm again, or the characteristic features of aviator watches. So now we have a beautiful fusion as the 2 components, resulting in a chronograph and a true watch in one. You say the watch combines the chronograph with aviator watches. What exactly does that mean, and how did you come up with the idea? How we came up with it is during the development, since the Kiel Point 2 is, as mentioned earlier, a very elegant model. Especially with its polished surfaces and also in combination with a metal band, it is. Yes, I would say it's not the typical aviator watch, which is what we stand for. So, our history is very important to us, which is why we wanted to incorporate even more Laco DNA into the watch. This was actually during the development, simultaneously with the DIN watch, the combination, where we, in the end, from the 7 seas to go way back. The origin is actually our origin where we take the bezel, for example. So, this grip on the bezel, this nice clicking, and also the function behind it. It is featured on the 7 seas. And from that, our sports watches developed, and we liked it so much, or rather, this sporty, functional character, that we wanted to carry it over to the DIN watches, but also specifically to the Kiel Sport here.
You just mentioned it, the watch has a bezel. What makes this feature so special?
Well, I would start with the feel. I particularly like it because we have a great grip here, from the teeth of the bezel and also a solid clicking. That means we can easily operate it in any situation, for example, even outside now with gloves, so it's no problem at all. Then, functionally speaking, we have a unidirectional rotating bezel. A 60-minute scale. And the insert of the bezel is made of ceramic. The ceramic is particularly hard, has high scratch resistance, and also high corrosion resistance. That means water doesn't affect the bezel at all.
That definitely sounds exciting. Let's move from the bezel directly to the case. What special features does it have?
The case has a diameter of 43 millimeters. But I would say it's already a larger watch, but because we have a lead-to-lead distance of 51.5, the watch doesn't wear that large. So, it wears very comfortably, also due to the slightly rounded lugs. It's really a very comfortable watch. What's also striking, or rather noticeable, is this dark sandblasted case. To bring in that pilot character. The typical pilot crown for grip, and again a nice sapphire crystal case back, with a view of the movement. The Kiel Sport is offered only with a black dial, unlike the Kiel 2. Why? Well, if we were to offer it with a white dial like the Kiel Point 2, it just wouldn't fit with the overall look. A pilot's watch, the dial has to be black, simply from the historical aspect of readability. You just compared the two watches a bit. What other special features are there? So, if we now compare the Kiel Sport to the Kiel Point 2 in black, then we decided to make the subdials slightly larger in diameter, simply to ensure even better readability. Additionally, we thought we would incorporate the gray from the case again and color the subdials in that shade of gray. This way, we not only achieve a size contrast but also a color contrast to make it easier to see. Otherwise, like with the Kiel Point 2, the beautiful Arabic numerals are coated with Superluminova C3.
I can already take a quick look at the back, the movement. What else is there to say about it?
Well, so, in the Kiel Sport, we use our Laco 500, which is based on the Swiss Celita SW500. You typically find it in the watch-in, Elabor version and undecorated. But if you say you want a bit more precision or less deviation, then perhaps the top version as an upgrade would be great for you. If you like an eye catcher, which is also very nice, for example with blued screws or decorative finishes on the bridge, then a decorated upgrade would be a great choice for you.
You just mentioned some additional options. What else is available?
Well, for even better readability, we could have a double anti-reflective glass installed. Although I have to say, it's really a matter of taste whether you like it or not, because this double anti-reflective coating also brings a blue shimmer with it. And some people like that, while others don't. And that's why, as I said, it's entirely individual. How you decide on it. Speaking of individual, Laco is known for adding a free engraving to every watch. To the watch. And I'm personally involved in that as well, because I also do engravings here in-house. And I think it's really fun, because whether it's on the left flank, for example, or on the rotor, there are so many great possibilities to personalize the watch for yourself. So, and now, as always, comes our case. Exactly, thank you very much, so that the watch arrives safely at your home. We have our high-quality travel case here, where the watch is really securely, firmly, and softly packed, so nothing happens to it. Phine, before I forget, inside the box is our certificate of authenticity, which comes with every Kiel Sport. There you get a brief insight into our history and the technical details of the watch.
So, that was it for our talk. Thank you, Mascha, for the great insights into the Kiel Sport. Thank you, Phine, for the invitation.
I also had a lot of fun.
So, if you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments or just subscribe to our newsletter so you always stay up to date. I would say, we'll say goodbye and see you next time. See you next time.